my name, you know it sounds nice.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to my Sims 3 Generations family. So this video is going to be a little bit different than the typical Sims 3 Generations videos that we have. So basically this is just going to be going over the family tree, going over a little bit of history. I've had a lot of people asking me to kind of dive deep into the family tree and kind of explain connections and past relationships, and I think that is definitely past due. This series has been going on for 3 years now, and it's been over 160 videos, I think. So trust me, if you are new to this, I don't blame you for not watching 160 videos worth, because that's a lot. I appreciate all of you that do. I definitely have seen a lot more comments lately on part number 1 of this series, and it warms my heart so much that you guys are binging. Like, that just is crazy to me that people even do that. So thank you. I truly appreciate it. But if you are someone who has been kind of up to date on Generations and watches every video, you don't probably need to watch this one, because I'm literally only going to be going over the family tree and family. There's not going to be any gameplay. It's literally just pretty much going to be this screen. So I totally understand if you want to skip this video. This is more of just for the people who are newer to the series and want some explanations. So yeah, again, I just want to point out that this series has been going on for 3 years, which just blows my mind that that's even a thing. Like, this is my longest running series on my channel, and I definitely don't see it ending anytime soon. So I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and break down our family tree. So everything started with this lady here, Charlie Acosta. Of course, her married name is Martinez, so it's kind of like the Martinez lineage that we've been going through. So a lot of the Sims in the town, if you see the name Martinez, are either related to us, distant relatives of us, or married into someone, got divorced, whatever, never changed their last name. It happens. So, like I said, all of this started with Charlie Acosta up here. So Charlie, who is now gone, Charlie Martinez, she was our matriarch. She was the start of all of this, and I have to say that when I started this series with her, I definitely didn't expect it to blow up and turn into this, so it's still just mind-blowing to me. So basically, when the series started, Charlie was dating Leo. Leo was her, I guess, high school boyfriend. He was the popular guy in school. She was just kind of your typical average girl, and they hit it off one day, and they've just got together, and then they graduated high school and continued to be together at that point as well. So Leo, as you can see, also has a pretty vast lineage here. How is she still alive? Oh my god, I have to kill her. Anyway, so the reason that Leo and Charlie's relationship didn't necessarily work out to the end is because Charlie found out that Leo was cheating with her on a girl named Haley. Haley was the popular girl in their high school. Her and Charlie really never interacted a whole lot. Like, they just never had the same friend groups. Haley was kind of that bitch Regina George that everyone hated, wanted to be her, or just wanted to be with her. I don't know how she's still alive. I don't know. I don't know. I need to go in and kill her or something. I don't know. So when Charlie and Leo broke up, she very soon after found out that she was pregnant with Iris, who was our Generation 2 leader. So with Iris, or I guess with her further relationships, she left Leo, and she ended up with a new person. So the new guy that she ended up with was Oliver Martinez. Oliver, bless his little soul. Oh, I loved Oliver. He was actually her best friend, and when her and Leo broke up, Leo's family had a lot of money, so they were paying for the apartment that they were staying in. They were living in a super nice apartment, BT dubs. So she left the apartment, and she just didn't know what to do. Awkwardly, Haley was actually pregnant as well with Leo's kid, so yeah, there's that as well. So basically, Charlie ended up living with Oliver for a little bit of time. Oliver actually got into his own relationship. He was dating, oh my gosh, what is her name? How are you still alive? Whatever. So Oliver ended up dating a girl named Selena. I don't remember if they got married. I'm a little fuzzy on that. I know either they were engaged or they were just in a really long-term relationship, but they had kids of their own. And then they kind of separated, and then that kind of opened the door for Charlie. So that's kind of, where that relationship started off. Then we have the rest of the family, really. So, of course, we have Charlie, who got together with Oliver, again, her best friend. They had a bunch of kids. So they had Declan. Oh, Declan. As most of you remember, we did a kind of like, not generations, oh my god, what's the word I'm thinking of? The university, oh my god, I was going to say Discovery University, dear god. We did kind of a generations/university for a little bit. We did that with Declan and Iris because they were the closest out of the siblings. So as far as the kids that Charlie had, she of course had Iris, Declan, Malachi, how are you still alive? And Nadia. We don't really mess a whole lot with this side of the family. We really just focused on this side of the family. Declan, while at university, somehow ended up with his professor, who is Mara. And they were pretty much just in love from the start. Once he graduated university, she moved over to our world, and they got married, and they had babies. He also had a plant sim. Declan was someone who was super into science, and we somehow engineered ourselves a plant baby, and that was Ren. So there you go. They had a few kids of their own, and that's kind of where their relationship went off to. So heading back this way, here we go. All right, so then we have our beautiful, beautiful Iris, who of course was the leader of the second generation. So Iris, let's just say she had a little bit of a difficult time with university. Her brother fell deeply in love with his professor. She struggled a little bit. So Iris was going between two guys kind of at the end of her teen years into university. So I believe that she met Sebastian before going to university. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Sebastian was just this really, really beautiful guy that she had met, but she didn't necessarily want to be tied down to a relationship because she was going to university. The other guy that she met in university was named Shane, and her and Shane, kind of the same thing. They never had a full-on relationship, like a full you're my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend type of thing. It was just kind of, they would go on dates, they would hook up, they would hang out, all of these kinds of things. And then when she graduated university, she kind of had to make this decision. Who did she want to be with? Did she want to be with Sebastian? Did she want to be with Shane? Well, while on break from university, she had kind of a drunken hookup with Sebastian one night, and she ended up pregnant with Maverick. So this was before she even graduated university. So we had to take a little bit of a break from university because, of course, she got pregnant, had her first kid, Maverick, with Sebastian. Again, they never fully got into a relationship, I don't think. It was just kind of like a drunken one-night stand, and they ended up with a kid. So her and Shane hooked up as well, but it was very clear that this was his kid. Like, there was no doubt about it. But the relationship was kind of very rocky. They were kind of going back and forth with her, like, hey, who do you want to be with? Who do you love? Who do you actually care about? And in the end, she decided that she didn't want either of them, which is totally fine. It happens. Fast forward a little bit of time, she falls in love with a guy named Alfie. I don't remember if she met Alfie in university. I think she met him here, but honestly, I can't remember. It's been so long. But her and Alfie fell madly in love, and they had a few kids of their own. One of those kids, of course, is Olivia, who is the matriarch of this current generation. So her and Alfie had a pretty hot and heavy relationship. They were just at it all the time. I'm surprised we didn't have more kids than we did. But they had a few kids as well, including like Kai, Phoenix, and of course like Maverick, who biological dad is Sebastian, and then Olivia, biological dad Alfie. Like they had different relationships with their parents, I guess you could say. So that kind of, fast forward into where we are now, you can kind of see that it's kind of divulged into other relationships. Maverick still looks like he's young AF, and he has grandkids, which is kind of crazy. Maverick ended up with a girl named Opal. Opal was just a really nice girl that they met. They kind of fell in love. They were kind of very hot and heavy as teens. I can't remember if that was a teen pregnancy or not. I think it might have been, but it's still a little fuzzy. Sorry. You may have to watch the actual videos to learn a little bit more about that. But she moved in with us. Yes, okay, it was a teen pregnancy. It just came back to me. Okay, so they got together. She moved in. She got pregnant. I think she got pregnant and then she moved in. Either way, whatever. So they aged up into adults and then moved out and started their own lives. So that's kind of that. So let's head back over here. So this is kind of where we are now. So of course we have Olivia, who is married to Raina. So Olivia, I think she was someone who always knew that she was into girls. Like, when we were trying to find who she wanted to be with, she never had any type of attraction to guys. And then Raina, beautiful, beautiful Raina, came along and just swept her off her feet. And Raina was kind of that bad girl in high school. Like, if you guys watched the beginning of, or like halfway through season 2, the end of season 2, she was a bad girl. She was the gothic girl with all the tattoos, and Olivia was just kind of swept away by her. And originally, I didn't think that Raina would be her forever because, I'd kind of judged Raina like, hey, she's this bad girl. I don't know if she's actually going to want to be in this type of relationship, like a long-term relationship. And come to find out that Raina's the one who just fell harder. And she's been completely in love and obsessed with Olivia pretty much ever since they met. Olivia, my darling, darling, sweet Olivia. When her and Raina moved in together, moved out on their own, they got engaged, I think it scared Olivia. She didn't really know what to do. Life was just happening so quickly and so fast that it was a little overwhelming. And long story short, before her wedding day, she hooked up with Jamie. Jamie was a girl that she kind of went back and forth with a little bit as a teen. It was kind of Jamie versus Raina when she was a teen. Jamie ended up dating someone else, so Olivia went to Raina. But she's always kind of held on to that feeling or those feelings that she's had for Jamie. I guess Jamie broke up with whoever she was with, and her and Olivia started talking again before she got married. And they hooked up I think a day or 2 days before the wedding for her and Raina. And we didn't know this at the time because Olivia and Raina also were hooking up. They were getting married. Olivia, soon after her wedding day, found out that she was pregnant. And, of course, we assumed it was Raina's because obviously, that's her wife now. But when she gave birth to Frankie, who was our firstborn, we found out that it is not Raina who is her other parent, it's actually Jamie. So the little hookup that Olivia and Jamie had turned into a child. And to this day, Jamie, Olivia, Raina, Frankie, none of them know the real situation. Of course, we just we think that it's Raina's kid, it's Olivia's kid, like it's their daughter together. That's not necessarily the case. So when it comes to season 4, I don't know who you guys want to be the heir, but it sounds like you want Jamie to be the heir. So we can kind of play with that storyline a little bit as well. So we had 2 other kids. We had a set of twins. We had Jordan and Astrid, who just aged up into toddlers in this week's earlier video. And we're planning on adopting a 4th child once Frankie ages up into a teen, whenever that may be. I know it's within the next couple of days, so we'll just see how things go. But that is kind of where we are now. That's kind of the gist of the family tree of my generations. Of course, there are, other minor characters here and there throughout, but I kind of went over the main guys. But this family tree is just going to continue to grow. I don't even know how large a family tree can be in The Sims 3. Of course, I'm hoping that we make it to 10 generations. We're on generation 3, kind of almost to the halfway point of generation 3. So I definitely don't see this slowing down anytime soon. But like I said, that's kind of the gist. Let me know, for those of you that have watched every video up to this point, let me know if I missed any major details. I'm pretty sure I covered the major points, but like I said, it's 160 some odd videos in 3 years worth. Like, I'm gonna miss something. But yeah, that's kind of where we are in The Sims 3 Generations. Here's a look at our family tree. But if you guys have any questions in regards to the family tree, let me know those down below. Let me know your favorite kind of process or relationship or situation or event that has occurred in this series thus far. If I were to say, I don't know if it would be, for me anyway, it's either when Charlie ended up with Oliver, like when they realized that they loved each other. It's either that, or it would be when we found out that Frankie is not Reina's kid. It's either one of those. I mean, I'm sure that I could pick out a certain instance from every generation. Like when Iris got pregnant with Maverick, with Sebastian. Like, that was kind of a shocker as well. But let me know your favorite moment or a memory down below of this series. Like I said, this thing is still going strong. I don't see this ending anytime soon, as long as you guys keep supporting it, which you guys have always been extremely supportive of this series. But I'm going to wrap up this little overview here. Okay, 16 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. I was hoping this wasn't going to take me like 20 minutes. My God. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown. Like I said, I know it's different than the typical video for The Sims 3. That will definitely continue next week. But I thought it would be nice to just kind of recap everything and see where we are. And definitely, you know, looking at this, it makes me realize like how big this family really is, and it's crazy. It's so crazy. This poor save file is so large. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, a great weekend, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye, guys.